It finally happened. After all this time, 16 bloody years, the fantasies, the dreams have all become reality for Cincinnati Bengals fans, all 300 of them all around the world. The days of the reign of terror of Marvin Lewis are over. He gone. I don't know if Mike Brown was ever finally able to get the pictures back of him humping goats that Marvin Lewis must have had, or Mike Brown must have found himself a new piece. Whatever the case it is, somebody kicked him up out of his damn coma. Mike Brown finally came to his senses. It only took him 16 years, but he finally did it. And Marvin Lewis, the black Jeff Fisher of the NFL, minus the Super Bowl appearance and playoff victories, is on the unemployment line. That's right, Bengals fans. You can applaud. This is an exciting time because you've known for a long time the truth. You've known the reality is, yes, you were really, really bad before Marvin Lewis got there for a decade plus. You were called the Bungles for a reason. You were the skid marks of the NFL before the Browns took that mantle from you, and that is absolutely true. And yes, Marvin Lewis did some good things. You went to the playoffs 7 times with them during those 16 seasons. 0 playoff wins. But hey, you got at least a C for effort because at least you got to the dance 7 times. That's almost half of the seasons that he coached. It's something. It was progress. But Christ almighty, at some point in time, you're not in the business of getting to the wild card round. You're in the business of trying to win a Super Bowl. That's what matters the most. And the Bengals never were going to, and they never were going to as long as Marvin Lewis was that dude. And even this season, they got off to a little bit of an inspired start, but you felt like it was always smoke and mirrors. And lo and behold, what do you know? They ended up crashing back down to earth and imploding. You could blame injuries and you could blame this or that. But even if you want to blame injuries, who's the asshat that helped assemble that team? It was Marvin Lewis. Who's the guy that had this routinely, consistently, year in and year out, undisciplined team that would shoot itself in the foot and cost themselves games without any accountability? Oh, Marvin Lewis. It was clear to everybody years ago this needed to happen, and it finally has. And Bengals fans have to be full of hope now. Listen, they're saying to themselves, oh my God, we might not waste the rest of A.J. Green's peak years of his career. We might find somebody that's smart enough to realize that no matter how much you try to prostitute or masquerade Andy Dalton out there, he's not a championship caliber franchise type of quarterback. So let's stop pretending like he flipping is. And you're like, maybe, just maybe, new leadership, new vision, new guy at the helm. Things can be different. Things can change. And all of a sudden, you look at that AFC North. Yes, the Browns are coming, and the Ravens are there, but the Steelers are falling back. But there's not anybody that's clear-cut above the pack. The Bengals could be in that mix for years to come. And all of that in theory is true. Until you realize that Mike Brown still has a pulse, which means that Mike Brown's going to do non-Paul Brown type of things, which means that after firing Marvin Lewis after 16 damn seasons, you know what's coming. Oh, you know it's coming. It would be a bigger upset at this point if it didn't happen. And it ultimately proves right that old saying, be careful what you wish for because you just might get it. Marvin Lewis gone. Hooray! You know it's coming. The next head coach of the Cincinnati Bengals, HUE Jackson. Marvin Lewis, minus the self-accountability. Marvin Lewis, minus any type of real success. Marvin Lewis, minus a lot of things. That's HUE Jackson. The same HUE Jackson that, due to his incompetence early on in the year, ultimately contributed to the Cleveland Browns missing the playoffs in 2018. Mike Brown's like, that team was named after my daddy. HUE Jackson coached there. They won like 2 games under him, which is a massive improvement over the previous couple of seasons. We're very familiar with him from his time with Marvin. It's like a younger, fresher, newer Marvin. Oh, I can't wait to sink my teeth into him for another decade. Bengals fans have got to be cursing right now. You get rid of Marvin Lewis to bring in the inferior version of him. And you know I'm right. And you know it's true. And you know it'd be a massive upset if this doesn't happen.